What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a bit of a beginner's guide to Swapsicle. Now Swapsicle is a brand new DEX built on the Avalanche network, and personally I am a huge fan and a huge investor, so I thought I would make this video just to go ahead and clarify a few issues that people are having, as well as to give a general overview about the project. So without further ado, let's get started. So like any of these DeFi based videos, you are going to need a wallet, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be using MetaMask. Now I have already done a video on how to set up a MetaMask wallet if you haven't already got one installed and set up. So I'll put a video link down below in the description. So if you haven't got a MetaMask wallet and you're brand new, click that link, watch that video, because you're going to need a wallet setup, and in my opinion MetaMask is just the easiest and most reliable to get you set up and running. So from this point further, I'm going to presume that you have a MetaMask wallet set up, hopefully. Now, first thing you're going to notice, if you've only just installed and set up MetaMask, is the only network you will have up the top here is Ethereum. Now, Swapsicle is built on Avalanche, so we are going to need to add the Avalanche network. Now, I've already got it added here, but you will have to add it manually. The way you do that is you click on the networks up here, and you click on Add Network. Now, it's going to need you to fill in the network name, the RPC URL, the chain ID, currency symbol, and block explorer. Now I will leave a link down below to the support AVAX page, which has all of these details, and it is as simple as copying the details, pasting it in. Once it's all done, click save, and you should have the Avalanche mainnet up here working. So if you haven't done that already, you haven't got Avalanche set up as a network, pause the video and go do that now. So presuming you have gone ahead and you've installed MetaMask and you have the Avalanche network added to your MetaMask wallet, next thing we're going to do is add funds. Now I'm not going to show you how to add funds today because it is very much personal preference. You are going to need AVAX in your wallet in order to use the exchange. It's an Avalanche based wallet. So even if you want to go ahead and no matter what you want to do, you're going to need Avalanche because you're going to need AVAX for gas fees. Now I personally use KuCoin in order to buy AVAX and set it to my wallet, but you can use Coinbase, you can use Binance, you can use whatever you want. All you're going to have to do, buy some AVAX on your exchange of choice, click withdraw, and then copy this address up here and click withdraw, and then wait for your AVAX funds to show up in your wallet like they do here. So at this point of the video, I'm going to presume you have a MetaMask wallet, you have the Avalanche network added to your MetaMask wallet, and you have at least some AVAX in your wallet that you can use for gas and also trading into other tokens. Now we can actually head over to Swapsicle and start using the DEX. First thing you're going to want to do is hit connect to a wallet at the top right here. We're going to click it. We're going to select MetaMask because that's what we're using, but it does support other wallets. But this is what I'm going to be using today. It will open up your MetaMask and it will go ask you to connect with MetaMask. This is totally safe. It's being done through Swapsicle, so you can hit next and hit connect. And we are now connected. At the top where it said connect to wallet, it now goes ahead and says our AVAX balance and our address. Now the first thing we're going to talk about through this little bit of a beginner's guide section is the swap function, right? Now, if you've ever used a DEX before on any network, this is going to be extremely familiar. But if you haven't, this is how it works. The DEX allows you to swap one token into another. Simple. So at the top here, we can select what we want to trade. And at the bottom, we can select what we want to receive. So at the moment, let's say we want to swap some AVAX into POPs, which is the native token for Swapsicle. We can type in how much AVAX we want to convert, and it will see how many POPs we will receive. We can click on swap. It will give us an overview of the transaction. We can hit confirm swap and confirm it in our MetaMask wallet. I'm not actually going to do it because I do not want to make this trade, but that's how it works. It will take a couple of seconds for the transaction to process, and then you should go ahead and have the tokens you swapped for in your wallet, as long as you have that address added as a token in MetaMask. So that's how this works. You can trade from a whole load of different tokens, but this is the core premise of how things work. You can trade from one token to another in a decentralized manner. Pretty cool. Few people have failed swaps. The easiest fix for that and the most common cause is your slippage being too low. I recommend by default it's set to 0.5%. If that fails, just change it to 1%, try again. If need be, change it to 2%, and then try that again. But most of the time, 0.5 will do just fine. Now let's move on to some more advanced features. I'm going to start with the pool tab. This is where you can choose 2 tokens in 50% distributions, shall we say, and add them to the liquidity pools of Swapsicle. So you're fundamentally providing the tokens that allow people to trade. So I showed you the example of trading AVAX to POPs. The way that that made possible is because users have deposited 50% AVAX and 50% POPs into the pool. That then allows me to trade using this liquidity pair. So what we can go ahead and do is we can add liquidity by adding 50% of each tokens, and we are adding our tokens to the pool to allow people to trade between. In return, we gain a percentage of the trading fees in the form of adding value to our LP pair. So now if I was to add this liquidity, every time someone traded between AVAX and POPs, I would receive a small portion of the trading fees. So if I'm going to go ahead and hold AVAX and POPs in my wallet as a long-term investment anyway, I might as well go ahead and add it to the liquidity pool and earn some fees on top of that. So it's a nice little way to add an added yield, and it is the heart of a DEX. A DEX needs liquidity in order for people to be able to trade between different tokens. If you want to change that, you can just click on these and you can add POPs P5. Just an example, you can add any token to the pool you would like, but it has to be in 50-50 distribution based on its value. So if you want to add $100 worth of AVAX, then you would also have to add $100 worth of POPs at current market price. If we head over to the Browse tab, we can see which liquidity pools we've already added. Now I've already got some added in MimGrape, and we can manage it from here. We can see how many pool tokens we've got, and that involves how much pooled Mim and how much pooled Grape, and also what our share of the pool is, which is kind of neat. We can also go ahead and then add more liquidity and remove our liquidity from here. When you add liquidity, you get given SLP tokens, which are Swapsicle Liquidity Provider tokens, which is basically a receipt to show that you've provided liquidity. At any point, we can click remove, and we basically cash in our SLP receipts to gain back the 50% of each token. So if I was to remove my liquidity now, I would have 135 Mim and 127 Grape deposited into my wallet. Now we get onto a more advanced side of liquidity providing, and that is a farm. So we're going to go over to the Farms tab. Now, as you can see, some, not all, but some LP pairs have a farm. Now, what a farm is it's a place where you can stake your LP tokens to earn added rewards. In this case, because we're on Swapsicle, they pay out these rewards in the POPs token. So say I'm going to use my example in this case. We have gone ahead and added LP in the form of MimGrape. We now have those LP tokens. As you can see here, we've added the liquidity already. What we can do is we can head over to the farm. We can click staking, and we can stake these LP tokens in the farm. And that basically goes ahead and gives us an added reward. So I'm actually going to go ahead and confirm deposit because I want to start earning some extra rewards. There's no reason, if you have added the liquidity already and there's a farm available, there's no reason why you shouldn't add them to the farm. I'm going to click confirm. Now I've actually got a Ledger wallet, so I've got to confirm it on my Ledger. And as you can see, the transaction is processing. This shouldn't take more than a couple of seconds. There we go, success. Now if we head back into the MimGrape farm, there's a rewards tab we can click on. Now you can see our LP is deposited in the rewards tab, and we will start earning rewards in the form of POPs. There we go, we've already started earning rewards. Now, a few things to bear in mind. This isn't available for every LP pair. Okay, currently there are 7, and you can see them here. If you go ahead and, for example, add liquidity to Grape USDC, right? There isn't a farm available for it. So there's only a farm available for select LP pairs. You can also go ahead and hover over the little APR number over here, and you can see there's a reward APR and a fee APR. Now the fee APR is how much of an interest rate we are earning based off the fees being collected by our LP. So even if we didn't add these to the farm, we'd still be earning that fee APR. The reward APR is the added interest that we're earning in the form of POPs by being in this farm. Now bear in mind, the reward APR will change based off of your share of the farm and also the emission schedule for the POPs token. The fee APR will also change. Because the APR for the fees is determined by the amount of fees that are collected, that depends on how many trades take place and the value of the trades which take place. So the fee APR is a guesstimate based off the past 24 hours of transactions. So take it with a pinch of salt. If someone was to all of a sudden do no trades, that would be zero. If someone was to do millions and millions of dollars worth of trades, that fee APR would be higher. So that's a guesstimate. But either way, we've got some LP tokens and we're earning the fee APR and the reward APR in the form of POPs. Now the final tab I'm going to talk about is the ice cream van. Now this is where you can stake your POPs for an interest rate. So we talked about how trading costs a fee on the swap feature, and a portion of that fee gets paid out to LP providers. Another portion of that fee gets paid out to people who have staked their POPs in the ice cream van. So you can grab your POPs, you can select max, and you can stake them into the ice cream van. Now when you stake them, you convert your POPs into SPOPs, which just stands for staked POPs, based off the current multiplier. So you divide it by the multiplier. This multiplier will continuously go up so that when you remove your staked POPs back into POPs, it will multiply by that multiplier. Difficult to wrap your head around. But what happens is you get in at a lower multiplier and you get out at a higher multiplier, and that is how you earn your rewards. Your SPOPs balance will not change unless you add or remove funds from it. If you were to stake and leave it, and say you staked some POPs, you got 150 SPOPs, that balance in SPOPs will always stay 150. It's the multiplier that will increase, so that when you remove that 150 SPOPs, it will be worth more POPs than when you staked. Now you can also see there is a staking APR, and it's currently set to 8.17%. But you also see it says yesterday's APR. Now similar to the LP fees, these fees are collected from trades. So it is dependent on how many people trade each day and how much those trades are worth. So again, this is a APR guesstimate based off of the past 24 hours worth of swaps. As the DEX becomes more popular, this number will increase. And we've already seen this. 2 weeks ago when this DEX was launched, the APR was 2-3%. Now we're already up to 8% because more and more people are hearing about Swapsicle, and because of that, more and more trades are taking place, more fees are being collected, and thus the higher the APR will go. So these are the core elements that build Swapsicle. There is a lot more to learn about it. There is a lot more coming to the project. This is still early days. It's been out for 2 weeks. It's a baby project. But even so, there are some amazing opportunities here at the moment if you want to get into the DeFi space and if you want to make some very nice profits and rewards. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was an extremely fun one for me to make. If you did, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. And I hope this helped a few people out with any questions or concerns they might have about the project. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments below or hop into the Swapsicle Discord server. It's a great community and there's always someone there willing to help you out. So without further ado, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you in the next one.